Got me screaming. I popped another. Got me screaming. I popped another. Yeah, I'm too legit. Probably make you quit. Nickel might blitz. QB getting hit. I'm out here giving fits. Defense held a lit.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Madden Underground Podcast. It's your boy, Brian James. I'm with my guys, Philly Guy, Snipes, and B-Guard. What's good, fellas?
What's good?
How y'all doing?
Mm-hmm. Good, man. Good, man. I can't complain, man. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July.
Oh, man. Awesome. You know, how was you guys 4th of July?
It's over? I mean, I don't know about y'all. I mean, you know,
Fireworks are still going.
I celebrate the whole week.
You
don't need to give me a reason to eat some hot links, some barbecue, and mac and cheese, some sweet iced tea. Nah, man, I'm good. We're going to do that the whole week.
In the hood, the fireworks never stop. So
there you go.
That's just a little
B-Guard.
Been okay.
What's life like in Utah? 21 gun salute, fireworks? What are we talking about?
No, we literally get like 20 straight days of fireworks because the state's birthday is on the 24th of July. So just nonstop noise. Gotta love it.
Okay.
I like it.
So we're gonna get some video of you shooting them off, or like what can we look forward to?
No, I hate fireworks.
Speaking of footage of B-Guard, we have footage of B-Guard. Never mind, I was playing. Light up some fireworks on the 4th of July. But no, you know, we everybody had a great 4th of July. That's awesome, man. Hope everybody had some barbecue. I had some great ribs, like remarkable ribs. I'm not gonna say where they came from.
Burgers. That's all I had. Burgers.
You know, so burgers I had a burger too. It was awesome. But yeah. But let's get into it, man. We got a lot of things to talk about. Well, not too many things to talk about, but a few things. This week, I saw this week, Monday, Nkeal Harry was asking for a trade from the Patriots. So how do you guys feel about that?
I think I'll go first.
Please do.
I think it's better for both parties if they come to a split. Like, it hasn't really worked out in New England. You know, he has talent. Like, you don't take somebody in the first round who's a total bum, unless you're the Tennessee Titans. You know, it's
what's that mean?
I think it's time for a fresh start. Y'all drafted a dude in the first round who didn't make the field. Just
let the man speak.
Okay,
Just let the man speak.
I'll let him finish. Let him finish his thought.
Like, we had Thomas Graham on here like before the draft, and we asked him who the best player he ever played against was. And one of those dudes was Nkeal Harry. Like, Nkeal Harry, like, he's got talent, but, like, you know, it's just not worked out in New England. I think it's time for both parties to just move on, and hopefully he can get a fresh start, go somewhere else, and be productive, because he hasn't really been that productive in his career.
That's fair enough. I mean, you know, I'll take the baton from here because I got a chance to talk to some ASU alumni today. And most people don't know, maybe some of you do, but, you know, Nkeal Harry got an opportunity to play tight end for the New England Patriots. He wasn't having it. I can't say that I blame him, but I think that really speaks to his lack of speed in the NFL, which I think doesn't translate very well in New England because they're not really known for drafting receivers or running backs. Now, those are two things that they always seem to swing and a miss on. So I think it's a great opportunity for him. It just reminds me of when Marshawn Lynch was in Buffalo. There were just too many running backs in Buffalo. He needed to get out, go somewhere, and the rest is history. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with Nkeal. But he's definitely talented. And, you know, maybe he ends up with the Niners. Maybe he ends up on the Titans. You know, we're just going to have to find out. But it's time for him to go somewhere. It's time for him to go.
So real quick before everybody goes, in his career in New England, he has 45 catches, 4 touchdowns, 414 yards. That's not good in 2 years. That's not good at all.
I mean, in his first year, keep in mind too, it was his first year that he was actually injured. I can't remember how many games that he missed on that. You could probably look it up there, B-Guard, and let us know.
He missed 9 games.
He missed 9 games. All right, so he missed half a season. But nonetheless, that's still not good numbers regardless. I agree 100%. I think all of us here totally agree that he needs to move on. And going back to what Philly said, as me being out here in Arizona, and actually I watched him for the years that he's been out here, playing for ASU because my son, my stepson, he's he's an ASU alum. He followed him like crazy. And he would always tell me that he's going to be a special talent in the NFL. But I always had that question as to, exactly where. And I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think he should try to open up to being a tight end. I think he'd be an incredible tight end, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? If somebody tried to give him that chance and to do that. But, obviously he's set in his ways, I guess you could say. So he doesn't want to be a tight end, but like Philly said, that speed, that speed is where it's at. If he doesn't have even mediocre NFL speed, he's not gonna be good as a wideout in the NFL. It's just not gonna happen.
Well, I think you also got to look at, like, they're asking him to go to tight end. Who did they sign in the offseason? Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. So at best, you're the third tight end on the roster. There's not a real wide receiver. I think they asked him that.
I think they asked him prior to signing him though. Like I think they were trying to implement him, and then when he declined, they made those signings, and then it was like, well, now what do you do? Because we're gonna move on from you playing receiver, and you don't fit in playing tight end, so we don't even know what to do with you anymore. So
yeah,
I guess he's kind of fed up with it too, and he wants out. But the interesting thing about this, his lack of productivity and things like that, and seeing how high he went in the draft and looking at the guys that went after him. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So one of the receivers, here's a few names to name. Nkeal Harry went 32nd in the 2019 draft. And only person that was picked ahead of him was Hollywood Brown. So here's a few names that were taken after him. Deebo Samuels, A.J. Brown of the Tennessee Titans, Mecole Hardman of the Kansas City Chiefs, DK Metcalf, and Terry McLaurin.
Who's that? Where's DK Metcalf play?
He plays in Seattle.
Where does he play?
Seattle.
Oh, okay.
So these are guys.
Yeah,
that the
I thought
Patriots...
you were that big, super fast dude that was running people down, making huge plays, and that next level Julio Jones type receiver. That dude.
That guy. So these are guys that were taken after Nkeal Harry. So I'm thinking like, well, the Patriots kind of have a point there, and that it was kind of hit or miss. He was a miss. He wasn't a great route runner. He was a good 50-50 ball catcher. When the ball's in the air, it's 50-50 opportunities. He was great at that. But if you're not on the field, you're only as good as you're being on the field. If you're always injured, it's going to be difficult for anybody to see value in your talent. So it's crazy that some of these guys, because these guys are big playmakers. Deebo Samuels is balling out for the 49ers right now. A.J. Brown is balling out for the Titans. Mecole Hardman is making big plays for the Chiefs. DK, we know what DK can do.
Well,
Terry
that's
too.
That's the perplexing thing. Like what Snipes pointed out earlier. New England don't draft wide receivers worth a damn.
No, they don't.
Like they never drafted a receiver to play a receiver. Like the best guy they ever drafted that ended up being a receiver was Julian Edelman. That's the one guy that they got right. Everybody else, they've either signed off somebody else's team, they were a diamond in the rough, like Wes Welker or Chris Hogan is one of them. Danny Amendola, even though I think people knew Danny Amendola was actually a really, really good slot receiver. But they never drafted a guy. Another guy that comes to mind who they drafted was Chad Jackson out of Florida. I think he lasted 2 years in the league and was gone after that. He was a second-round pick by them. The highest receiver they took until Nkeal Harry.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why, I follow the Jets in the AFC East, but that's the main reason why I feel like he was never a good fit when he got drafted by New England and why he has to go. New England in the past focused on the trenches. They had a phenomenal starting five offensive linemen. And it didn't matter who you put at receiver because you had to pick your poison. New England ran a lot of empty sets, Tom Brady was doing his thing. And they went 14-2 the year before Randy Moss got there. And, okay, fine. They went undefeated in the regular season. And then they lost to some team in the Super Bowl. Snipes, do you remember who they lost to in the Super Bowl that year?
I think it was that team that they beat the last game of the regular season the same year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think it was the Giants. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The New York Giants or the San Francisco Giants?
Oh no, New York Giants.
Oh, it was the New York Giants. Okay, so New England is they've been a system offense and a system defense, right? So it's obvious that Nkeal has talent. You have to be drafted and to play in the league. His health has been an issue, but if you put him somewhere with Andy Reid or you put him somewhere with Sean Payton, you put him with an offensive mind, I mean, I want to see what he can do. I want to see what this young man can do if he has an opportunity to be in a system where they pass the ball and they have a purpose for him. Because you can't tell me that the kid cannot play. We know that he can play, but where is he going to be? Where is it going to be a great fit for him? I don't know, but I want to see him get there.
You know what? And you brought something up as well too. I would say, like, what kind of questions does this give now for the Patriots scouting? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a big, a big question.
That's a big, that's a big deal. It really is. It's pitiful. You know what I mean?
They've always tried to be the guy who outsmarts everybody. Like that's the problem with them. They're like, when there's like seems like a clear-cut easy pick, they always take this weird like guy who could play like 3 different positions, and then it never works out. Like, I
mean, me personally, and again, look, I don't make the big money like these scouts do and everything else, but I would look at the physical specimen alone of a DK Metcalf next to Nkeal Harry. You know what? Let's teach, even if the boy didn't have ball skills, I'm gonna teach DK some ball skills, even though he has them. You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, DK and Nkeal Harry are the same height.
Exactly.
And one of them runs faster than almost anybody else in the league. And it's just wild to me. Like the Eagles pass him up, and I always cry about that.
I don't blame you.
When I was looking at mock draft, I remember looking at mock drafts like earlier in that year, and he was always a top 10 pick.
Yep.
Just because he was just a physical specimen, and then videos came out like, oh, he might not be that great at route running. Who cares? You don't gotta run a route to go deep.
Yeah, he's big. He's bigger than every DB on the field. He's faster and bigger.
Stronger,
that alone makes him an X factor.
All you got just throw the ball up to him. Let him go get it.
Let him do.
Yeah,
what
you
he
can
do.
polish
up.
You can polish up the route running.
I mean, look. It's not that I disagree with you guys, but I'm gonna keep it 100. All right. Now we know how strict and hard it is to be a part of Madden Underground. It's a thorough background check, right? It's all about your character. Okay, and we know that a lot of these guys that you mentioned that come after Nkeal have character issues. Okay, now we don't even know what. Look, that's the main reason why the Patriots always try to be the smartest person in the room. They don't want to take what they think may not be character guys, or that they may be outspoken. They want guys that are gonna come in and do what they're told, play 1, 2, 3 different positions, and just keep it pushing. Think about all the talent. Think about all the talent. And I know that it would take B-Gar some time, but if he did,
they drafted Aaron Hernandez, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Aaron Hernandez,
like
before he was a Patriot, had a ton of baggage.
Yeah, like that's out the window. That's out the window.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, no, it's not out the window. If you take a look at their history of drafting and all the talent that they passed up for character issues, you're gonna see there's a lot of talented players that they passed up to maintain their image. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you can talk about Hernandez, but the whole reason they drafted Hernandez and Gronk in the first place was because the New York Jets had Antonio Cromartie and they had Darrelle Revis. He knew he wasn't going to fire receivers, so he decided to go with the tight ends. That's the real reason they drafted Aaron Hernandez, was for that reason. It didn't work out. right? How long did he actually play in the league?
Technically,
I mean,
it did work out.
It didn't.
It did until it
It
didn't.
didn't.
It did until it didn't.
Like he was a superstar tight end. He just just
didn't work out.
Couldn't get out of his own way.
He could have been, but look. All I'm saying is I agree with you guys 100%. I just feel like historically speaking, again, the Patriots don't draft running backs and they don't draft receivers well, and they pass up on a lot of talent because they want to maintain their image. That's just what I've seen. That's what life has been like in the AFC East.
Well, when they traded for Randy Moss, he wasn't exactly getting a glowing send off from the two previous teams he was on. Like Minnesota traded him because they were sick of him, and Oakland traded him because they were sick of him.
That was his last chance. Remember, right? We're gonna have a quick hook.
And then you got Albert Haynesburg, who has one of the more infamous on the field, like
stepping on people.
Yeah, has one of the more infamous things going on. Like,
right.
They care about character issues until they don't. It's just how much can we really get out of you? Like that's.
What about AB?
I think they're like.
What about AB?
AB, same thing. Like, when does the character issue? They don't care. They only care about character issues when it happens to their team. Like that's literally what it is. Like AB was the situation when the stuff came out about the possible sexual assault. They cut him. They were done. They were like, "Yep, get out of here. Can't have you." And I think that had a lot. And I think that was like the straw that broke the camel's back with Tom Brady, if you ask me.
It could have been.
Definitely.
I mean, they reunited in Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think AB leaving New England had anything to do with Tom Brady. Tom Brady just wants to win.
I think when he got cut, I think that was the final straw. Like that was like, okay, Tom Brady probably thought to himself, I'm out of here. I can't. I'm done with this. Like we finally had he probably wasn't because he was living with AB. Like AB was living with him while he was trying to get settled down, and probably got to know him a lot and probably really liked him because he obviously Philly said like they reunited to Tampa Bay,
definitely
got a ring together. So like Tom Brady must like him to have him. Keep him around. Like I don't ever remember. There's not been a receiver who's ever said a bad thing about Tom Brady. I don't believe.
No, not too many. Outside of Ocho Cinco saying Tom Brady he wants to win. He's gonna do whatever it takes to win. So I don't think that's a bad thing, a trait to have as a quarterback. So
no, I've heard bad things. I've read bad things said by former receivers of Aaron Rodgers, and I've definitely heard it from Ben Roethlisberger. Like you never hear bad things about Tom Brady, like from his receivers.
Or Tim Tebow.
I've heard Tim Tebow called the worst quarterback they've ever seen. Yeah, like come on now.
And he looked like he's throwing a beach ball. Let's talk about some of the top quarterbacks. The top quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Pro Football Focus came out with a top 10 quarterback. And I don't think it's that bad. I thought maybe when we got to 7, 8, 9, and 10, it got a little weird. But I thought 1 through 5 was okay. I don't know how you're gonna put Deshaun Watson on the list at number 2 when he's not playing this year, but somehow he made the list. And this list was made by Kevin Cole of Pro Football Focus. I don't necessarily agree with the order, but I do agree with some of the names that are on the list. So let me go over the names that are on the list. Number 1, we have Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, you have Deshaun Watson.
Don't agree.
Number 3, you have Lamar Jackson. Wow. Number 4, you have Aaron Rodgers. So we have 2 quarterbacks in the top 4 that may not even play this year.
They put Aaron Rodgers at number 4.
They put Tom Brady at number 5. They put Russell Wilson
at
number 1. Gosh.
They put Russell Wilson. They put Russell Wilson at number 6.
Tied number 5.
Tied number 5 or whatever.
What?
Justin Herbert at number 7. Matt Ryan at number 8.
Dak Prescott making the list.
Dak Prescott at number 9. And Baker Mayfield
Where's Kirk?
At number 10.
Last year.
Baker Mayfield at number 10.
How is Kirk Cousins not in your top 10?
Thank goodness Kirk Cousins ain't in there.
thank
He don't
goodness.
need to be in there. You already know that.
Kirk Cousins don't need to be in top 10. He ain't nobody's top 10.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Like-
Not even a little bit.
So
That list is ass.
Yeah,
That list is ass.
That
I
list
mean-
is so bad.
Listen, the bottom line, man, what got me is Aaron Rodgers sitting there at number 4. You put Deshaun Watson on top of Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me?
hey, my thing,
Like-
the thing
And
that-
Tom Brady.
the thing
And
Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady, yeah.
Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers was the MVP last year, I should say.
And you got
And
them at 4 and 5.
You got them at 4 and 5.
You got Russell Wilson tied
Oh,
with Tom Brady.
fifth. Tied for
Tied
fifth.
for 5th. Yeah, tied
Like,
for 5th.
who did this? Who did this list?
Kevin Cole.
Kevin
Kevin-
Cole. Have some damn balls. Put Russell Wilson at number 6. Tied for 5th, my ass. Like, he was a top 5 quarterback. He was tied for 5th. He was tied for 5th. You know what? Let's put everybody at tied for 5th. Everybody's a top 5 quarterback now.
Yeah, so that's my
But
thing.
wait. Brian James, was this for starting a Madden franchise? Did we not let you finish?
No.
these top 10 listed quarterbacks
These
are?
were the top 10 quarterbacks going into the season. This season, and these
Based on what? Based on what?
I don't honestly, it didn't even say what it was based on, but this is what they put out. They put out their top 10. This is who it is. I saw a top 20 list and it got even more ignorant. But it was the list. It was like it got real ignorant, man.
Well, I'm
But
glad you. I'm glad you
they
ain't
didn't
put that
put
up.
Josh Allen on there.
that's my point, man. I think Josh Allen should be ahead of
Matt
Baker
Ryan
Mayfield.
should be off if that's the case. Take Matt Ryan off. Put Josh Allen. in
Josh
there.
Allen should
Well,
be
take Baker
definitely
off, too.
Take Baker and
Yeah, you take Baker and Dak. You could. I
take-
mean,
you take
realistically,
Dak
because
off.
you could take Dak off. Dak ain't even play last year. He played
Yeah.
a couple games. You know what I'm saying? Take Dak off of there also.
Actually, I would honestly move Baker ahead of that.
You know what? Daniel Jones is the number 1 quarterback in the league. I'm calling it.
here
Right?
we go.
He's the number 1 quarterback in the league now.
At this point,
Okay, who's your number 2?
Who's
Who's your number
at
2?
this point, you might as well. At this
I
point,
mean,
you
that's
might
what I'm
as
saying.
well.
You putting out lists like this. Let's just call it like it is. Daniel Jones
Who's
is
number
the
2,
number
right?
1 quarterback in the league. Let's just do it.
Who's
Why
number 2?
not?
Sam Darnold? Who's number 2?
You know what?
Who's number 2?
Let's give it to Sam Darnold. Carolina Panthers, Sam Darnold. Let's go.
Yeah,
Number
let's
2.
go. Let's go,
Sam
baby.
Darnold, number 2.
Let's go, baby.
Unbelievable,
Ghostbusters.
man. Yo, this dude got a job? Seriously?
Definitely.
Apparently.
So
Kevin
this-
Cole, you said his name
I
was.
think out of
Kevin Cole,
real
man,
talk, I think
this was his list. This was his list, bro.
Guys,
So
listen,
again, let me show
listen,
you.
guys.
We
I
got-
am,
Kevin
y'all
Cole.
know, yeah.
What's
I know
what's
I'm
this
like,
list from?
listen, y'all know I'm like Martin Luther King, okay? I'm like Martin Luther King. I'm a peaceful brother, okay? But this is probably the hottest I've gotten on this show. I am hot right now about this stupid behind list. I almost said a bad word there. I'm telling you, listen, I am hot right now about this list.
Hey.
This is the most idiotic list I've ever seen in my entire damn life. This makes no sense.
We got
Kevin
Carl Allen in
Cole,
the building. What's up, man? Happy birthday, bro.
Pro Football Focus, Kevin Cole. Like, come on, bro.
Okay, so Snipes just became Martin Luther the King
The King.
after this list came out. That's how he's feeling right now. Martin Luther
Man.
the King. Look.
Let me cool off.
Look. Everything's got to be controversial, right? Because I mean, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get attention. He's trying to get people to read his little comments. He's trying to get people fired up, right? He's trying to get notoriety. Cut the man some slack. We asked Brian, what is this based on? Brian said, I don't know.
I don't know what he was based on.
So
I thought it was based on just picking quarterbacks randomly after you drink as much Hennessy as you can drink. Because this list is utterly stupid.
Yeah, he
But
had to drink some Henrock.
you got to be drinking something to make a list like this and think it's cool to have a list like this. So this is my personal opinion. When it comes to top tier quarterbacks, Mahomes number 1, whatever. Okay, he we talk about future. He is that. He's gonna be the Brady, the Aaron Rodgers, that of the future. You want to put him at number 1? I'm okay with it. Deshaun Watson had a great year. Do not get me wrong. He had an awesome year last year. He was running for his life the whole time, and he was playing from behind majority of the games. I don't put him at number 2. Lamar Jackson at number 3.
not.
Lamar Jackson can't throw outside the numbers. He can't be number 3. Aaron Rodgers, the MVP. He should have either been number 1 or number 2. I'm cool with that. Tom Brady won the bowl. He should have been number 1, number 2, maybe number 3. I would have been okay with that.
Oh top 3 easy. Patrick Mahomes,
top 3.
Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady,
Patrick Mahomes, and then Tom Brady.
Lamar Jackson at number 4 because he's a dynamic quarterback. He's probably the most dynamic player in the NFL. So yes, number 4, Lamar Jackson. That's okay with me because there is nobody that's going to be able to do anything that he could do on the field that comes after him on that list.
I could agree with that.
Deshaun Watson, number 5. If we're talking about last year, if you put him on a team this season, you never know. It depends on what team he lands on if he even plays. But for the Texans, no, he's not going to be that guy. He wouldn't have been number 2 this year on that Texan team. Russell Wilson at number 5, I would have been okay with if you moved Deshaun Watson to number 7 or 8. Deshaun Watson should have been 8. Russell Wilson should have been 5.
So you need 6 and 7. Who's your 6 and 7?
Josh Allen.
I would put Josh.
Are we going on playoff teams here?
Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
Bring Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is there. Yeah, Josh Allen got to be in the top 10. He's got to get into. He's not even on the list. That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful. Exactly.
I'm not too fond of Dak being on the list, but when
if you're
Dak
talking last year, especially if you're talking last year, we played 4 games? He played 4 games.
He played 4 games, but when Dak is available to play, he has the potential to be top 10.
To be a top 10. Yep.
So I can see why you put that on there. There's not too many people in the league that are better than Dak after this list. After you name the names in the top 7 or 8, there's not too many people. You could probably put anybody else in that 9, 10 slot. I honestly think that Ryan Tannehill should have been in the top 10. I know everybody wants to hate on him, say, oh, he's not a quarterback, he's this, that, and the third. But Ryan Tannehill was one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL. He's thrown for almost the same amount of yards in the last 3 years, Patrick Mahomes, and has more touchdowns, if you want to talk facts. But, yeah, personally, that's my opinion, but I don't know how you guys feel. You guys may feel differently, but I don't think Matt Ryan should have even been a mention or a thought.
Matt Ryan should be gone. Matt Ryan should be gone. Like I said earlier, Matt Ryan should be gone. Allen in that 8th spot. Dak Prescott and Baker Mayfield. Dak. You know what? Dak, you could probably even put him at number 10 if you want to do that. Put him at number 10.
I feel
but Herbert.
Herbert had a great year. Justin Herbert had a great year.
Herbert had a really good rookie year.
Yeah, he had a great rookie year. But throw him in the top 10 after a rookie season when he was playing garbage minutes where he's playing from behind most of the time. So, but I don't know.
I mean, but the Chargers always play from behind. Like that's their thing.
True indeed. But yeah, Justin Herbert. Who would you rather have at quarterback? Justin Herbert or Matt Ryan?
Oh, Herbert, easy.
Okay, so there you go.
Right. You said right now, right?
Yeah,
right now,
this season.
Justin
quarterback.
Herbert right now.
Okay.
Indeed. Justin Herbert right now. Indeed.
Okay. Well,
Matt Ryan.
I figured you would say that, Philly. You seem like the guy. You thought Sam Darnold was the answer.
He's from the greater Philadelphia area. Come on, man. I can't dog him out like that. He's from the greater Philadelphia area.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm okay. I'm okay with the list outside of the Matty Ice situation. Take him out the list, replace him with Josh Allen. I think the list is somewhat decent, but yeah, that needs to change. So, but let's get into other things, man. Let's talk about this Madden summer schedule they put out for what's coming up this summer and things like that. This week we've reached the point of Face of the Franchise. They've released the information on Face of the Franchise. Those of you that love that mode, that play that mode, I know none of you do, but there are people out there that may like it. Next week
He's at me. You like it.
Poop.
You like Face of the Franchise.
Poop. You guys haven't even given it a chance. Like, give it a chance.
Okay, I'm asking you. What do you like about it?
I don't play it personally, but if I did play it,
how can you know you like it?
I didn't say I liked it. I didn't say I liked
You
it.
just did.
I said it's cool. But what I'm saying is, the thing is, I just hate the fact that I got to go through high school and we're playing in some cornfields. That was garbage last year, okay? The year before, the jerseys was ugly. We was playing in some cornfields.
Madden
I'm like, yo,
a fucking farm.
No, I'm saying like they had us playing in the back of a farm or something, bro. That kind of threw me off. I never got past that.
That's where you get the corn-fed folk.
No. They had me out there playing quarterback. I was backing up somebody. Then the dude had a heart condition. They gave the dude a heart condition on the game. That was the worst part. You're backing up a dude. Last year you was backing up a dude, and then only reason you got an opportunity to play was because he had a heart condition and he couldn't play.
He had no heart.
It was like this. Then some of the
he can't even talk.
He had no heart. That's why he got to play.
Dude, the dude had a heart. No, he had like a heart condition. Like he was going. Like if he played, he was at risk of having a heart attack or something. Like that was really like they scripted that in the game. Like we're gonna have you come in and play quarterback because he may have a heart attack. You know, so it's like. I'm like, okay, coach, put me in the game.
He might die.
He might die. You know, there's a possibility that he might die on the field. And it was like, okay. And then he comes in like. Then he comes. Wait, what makes it worse is that he comes in. The quarterback you're replacing comes in and says, you know, if it wasn't for my heart, you wouldn't be starting.
Yeah.
You know,
terrible.
if I wasn't about to die,
I'm like, what kind of camaraderie are we teaching the kids by having the starting quarterback who has a heart condition hating on the backup quarterback? You know, I was like, I thought that was terrible in a lot of senses, and it was poorly scripted.
Hey, man.
The year before, they had the guy. He was at Texas. He was at the University of Texas playing quarterback. His dad died. Then something happened. It was some accident, and then he didn't want to play. It was like it's always tragedy before the triumph in the story mode, and I think they should just take that out. Where
why does it gotta happen? Why does it gotta be like that?
It has to be like he went from like a top 5-star recruit to a dude that was barely making the team, or it was crazy. But I don't know, man.
Longshot was like that too.
That's what I'm talking about. That was Longshot.
Like that too.
It was terrible.
Longshot, he's a 5-star recruit, and then I think something like bad happens to like his mom or something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like he just quits. Up and quits. I've never like.
It was tragic.
Look, everybody else's experiences are different. Like I've had a teammate like playing like baseball who had something bad happen to him. Like there was nowhere else he'd rather be than on that baseball field because that was his escape.
Who wants PTSD playing Madden though? You know what I'm saying? Like you're playing Madden. Say for instance, you have to rehash those events.
Like, bro, why do I feel like people who are writing these stories for Madden are trying to win an Academy Award and really doing a shitty job of doing so?
Some still, you're right. Especially, he said, look, it's like a Disney movie. They're trying to get something or work out a deal or land them a scripting opportunity with Disney, and they're trying to use this game to do so.
We need to beat these writers. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I'm like,
you know what? I've heard enough. B guard, okay. F you for bringing the mood down in the room and making us sad with that story about your homie, okay? That's the first thing, okay? You try to get me with feelings up in here, dog. I'm trying to hold it back. I'm swallowing deep right now. You know what I'm saying? I got to
swallowing deep, bro.
Second thing, where are you guys?
Super pause, bro.
Pause. Just pause.
No, it's pause because you guys are taking it there. That's my whole point, Snipes. Okay, this mode is for the kids. You guys are muddying up the waters. Okay, this ain't for the grown men.
Who like it, then.
This ain't for grown men.
Show me the kids who like it.
For kids.
Show me the kids.
You know what?
Show me the kids who like it.
I promise you, they probably had some feedback into this particular mode. Okay, this ain't for adults. This is for kids.
Hey,
this is for kids.
Let me go into some of the new features.
Going too hard.
Let me go into some of the new features.
This is for kids.
Let's
go. What do the kids get, man?
They get new United We Rise Road to the Draft prologue. New class progression system, new multi-game scenarios and game day goals, new weekly side activity choices, new in-game pressure moments, new career hub, new career podcast coverage, enhanced season engine. And that's basically what they get.
Yeah. It's not for you, Snipes. It's not for you. It's not for you.
So I don't know.
It's not for you.
Hey,
they could have dropped the ratings on us this week, bro. I would have been
anybody
drop the
to
ratings.
tell me why they like this mode. I'm not even hating on you. Just tell me what about this mode you like. That offer's still open.
It looks fun. Like they've added some detail to it.
Kids ain't following you. They're not following you. You an old man, dog.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
Following you.
It looks cool.
Hey, I'm a funny guy. They do follow me. I'm a funny guy.
No.
It looks fun. Doesn't that look fun, ladies and gentlemen?
He's mixing black, yellow, and orange. Not funny. It's not funny.
Funny guy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
For the kids, man.
What I don't like is that I can't be a middle linebacker. Like, I want to be a middle linebacker. I want to be out there smashing, hitting people.
Yeah, but the only reason you're gonna be starting at middle linebacker is because the starter got a defective knee. So,
oh gosh!
Just so you know that.
I want to be a middle linebacker. I want to be a defensive end.
But you're right, Brian. Hey, Brian, you're right. You should be able. You should, again, if this is for the kids, you should be able to pick any position that you want and be able to play the game.
No, that's not.
If it's for the kids,
that's not in the script. The script's a quarterback.
They have receivers now. They have receivers. You can pick, like as you can see on the screen. They have the quarterback position. They have receiver position. Oh, they do have a linebacker position. You can be a linebacker now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got improvements.
Okay. So there you go. Okay. I got something I wanted. Okay. I might play this now. I might play.
We need B. James now. B. James can now tell us what he likes about the game when he starts playing. So that's the first thing you're gonna play when you turn on Madden 22, right?
No, it's not.
Yes.
Oh, they let you play backer, bro. Hey, you might have me playing it this year. And I'm sure I'm sure your player is going to be usable in the yard too. So if you want to play, you want to take your player from the game into the yard. That's what it looks like they're going to allow you to do. And if that's the case, that could be crazy. That might be awesome. An opportunity to go from face of the franchise and go into the yard. I think that'll be fun. That may be fun this year, guys.
Let me ask y'all this though, real talk. Let me ask y'all this. Do you guys ever think that the yard is gonna be as popular as a mode as, let's say, my player on 2K?
Hell no.
Well, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Why it won't be. If Madden actually had a plan to do something with the yard outside of inviting competitive players that everybody already knows and having them plan an event with the yard, then cool. Now the way they could have actually launched the yard this year was with what was that team thing they did this year, the last event they had this year where they had everybody playing on a team and a lot of people got eliminated because their team sucked.
Oh, I know. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Not Superstar KO. It was a tournament that they had this year. The last Madden Bowl. Madden Bowl was with teams. Yeah. Now, if everybody was able to play on the team and they did that event with the yard, then that would have been a way for them to launch the yard, and it made the yard relevant. They don't have any events for the yard, so the yard is not going to be relevant until they make an event for it. Like, most people play 2K My Player because they like the My Player stuff, but they also want to go do the combine. They also want to go do these things to try to compete and make a pro squad. You know, if they make a team event for competitive Madden, then you'll see a lot of people linking up and your crews actually mean something because you guys can team up and play in the yard and go out there and compete in Madden. So that's just my personal opinion. What do you say, Philly?
No, I agree with you 100% because I think that's what you need. Number one, you need a competition. Number two, you need to have people playing it and actually having fun. Number three, you need to have a transition mode where you can go from point A to point B. And I think that's the way that you sell it, just like you said. And until they do that, it's going to get a lot of criticism because it's a feature that doesn't pertain to the majority of older players. But it's something that the younger players could get interested in, and as they age up, start making a little money on the side. Hey, let me get into mutt. Let me get into the grown folks' business. But yeah, like I said, I just feel that everything you said was spot on. Spot on.
Definitely. So that's
You got any more sad stories for us, B-Guard? Is that
in regards to the yard?
You looking at the sad story about the yard? Yeah, what you got?
Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. I'll get it on it.
But no, I honestly think if they actually put time and energy and effort and made an event for the yard, if they made Madden Bowl where those 3 guys on the team or 4 guys on the team were actually competing together on the field, in that team.
They tried that though with the yard when they brought in like all these like outside.
Was it
content
was it money?
No,
money involved.
No,
I think it was like charity. Like there's charity, like some charity.
Sure. Okay,
stuff
all right. So let's do this. Take the charity out of it and say that just like you would with your Madden challenges and all that. Then you're gonna start seeing people get involved with the yard at that point.
Yeah. If you don't make it invite only, that was the problem.
That's the problem. Invite only sucks.
Yeah.
Make a leaderboard for the yard. Like, come on, make a leaderboard for the yard. Like your squad, you put together a squad, and that squad can compete.
I mean, sure. Like, make
it fun. They make it more fun, and that's what I'm hoping they're gonna reveal. Maybe they'll reveal because, like I said, on next week we'll get the superstar KO information, and we'll get the yard information, and then on the 19th, the week of the 19th, I should say, we'll get the EA Play Spotlight. But yeah, superstar KO is
like if you have the yard, I don't feel like you need superstar
KO. It's kind of the same thing, but with more people. But yeah,
I can't wait for the 26th ratings week. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank
man.
you. That's the only date that matters. That's the only date that matters.
That's gonna be no.
Well, the 19th matters. The 19th matters. I'm gonna say 19th matters because EA Play Spotlight. They're gonna be talking. It's not gonna be just Madden. They're gonna be talking about other games, and I know everybody's waiting to see if it's gonna be a Fight Night game or an NBA Live game. But I'm sure they're gonna have to talk about NCAA on that day too.
Please don't let it be NBA Live. Please just keep that franchise dead. Just keep it dead, EA.
Honestly, I think NBA Live had a lot of potential, in my opinion. I think it had a lot of potential.
Now.
Bring back Lakers Celtics. Hook me up with that. Bring back Lakers Celtics. I'll play that before I play a new NBA Live.
Lakers Celtics? Yeah, that's
Lakers Celtics.
Possible.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this though, because none of y'all said it. I waited. What if they announced crossplay on that day?
I never thought about that. I don't know if that's gonna really happen.
Wishing on a star. Sounds like he's wishing on a star. That's it. Yeah,
nice.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
I don't feel it's gonna happen either.
I'm not gonna even get my hopes up and even entertain that thought.
I said, what if? I went straight Marvel with it. I said, what if? Because last year I told y'all it wasn't gonna happen, and the 3 of y'all, it's gonna happen. Our dreams are gonna come true.
I have been on the it ain't happening train.
That's what I did. I sniped you, bro.
Y'all.
I sniped you.
Let me tell you what. I'm always gonna root for crossplay all day. Give people the opportunity to play on whatever console they want to play on. Bottom line, that's what I want. That's where I feel that even Madden Underground, you're gonna get best of the best. You're gonna get best of the best out of people that way.
Ain't nothing wrong with wanting it. You don't care. EA don't care. Like my argument has been like, why would they only let you have? Why would they only say, hey, you only need one Ultimate Team to play cross-platform when they can keep it the way it is? And if you got to play on both, you got to buy 2 Ultimate Teams. Like that's where the issue comes in. It's like, how much is EA willing to sacrifice that kind of money?
But again, but you know what? It gets to a point almost like how last year came about with franchise, how everybody was so upset about it. And now what did they do this year? This year they took advantage and finally started listening to people in regards to franchise thus far anyway. But again,
they made some moderate adjustments to franchise that were worth saying, okay, well,
they were, yeah. I mean, and they got time to make more.
If you playing next gen, I think
if you play next gen. If you play current gen, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. Current gen is cool. It's gonna be I'm sure it'll be fun to people who've never played those new features.
The one thing we don't do here on Madden Underground, let's not lie to our people. Next gen's dead. I mean, current gen is dead, dog. It's dead.
Yeah.
To me, it's dead to me.
It's kind of like saying ice cream trucks are irrelevant in Brentwood. You know what I mean? Like there's still ice cream trucks.
I don't know where that is.
Ice cream trucks still roll through.
I don't know where that is.
And I think if
where is that?
If you can't afford a next gen console and you're playing current gen, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna make people, that can't afford the system feel a particular way. But what I will say is next gen is better. It's way better. But what I will say is as well is if you have to play current gen, there are a few things that they've implemented into franchise mode that are available in current gen that you can still appreciate. But if you got opportunity to get next gen, get off your ass and go get next gen. It's a lot of people who want it, who see it, who have the opportunity, got the money in their pocket, but they procrastinate. Stop procrastinating. Get off your lazy ass and go get next gen. You should
have gotten it when it dropped. You should have.
Yeah, because I seen Cal Bear go in yesterday night in the PS4 chat. Like, you guys still play PS4? What? You guys are broke or something? like he said he was rude last night, bro. I was like, whoa. But
you know what? To kind of piggyback what you're talking about, you know what I mean? I know there's some guys out there that do have the bread, you know what I'm saying? But that they're listen, I completely understand where they're coming from because they say that they can't find it and they're not gonna go out there and spend $800 because now we got that, that extra money coming every month for if you got kids. You know what I'm saying? So guess what's happened now? Now OfferUp has now upped their prices on things now. So now that you don't see them now for $700 no more.
No.
At the very minimum, they're at $850, $900.
It's a place out here in California. They got it's called Everything Must Go. And they had the Xbox Series X yesterday and they had the PS5 yesterday and they were going for $650. So
if $650, you jump on that. I'm sorry.
They were going for They were going for $650. I will say this
version PS5.
This version is a PS5 and the Series X.
Pay the $150 extra. Jump on it.
And another thing I will say, Target is getting their shipment this week. I think they got it Tuesday.
Is it online? Is it online
Tuesday
only though?
I don't know, but my boy works in a Target out here. He took a picture of the back of the store, and he showed me how many consoles he had, and he had a lot of consoles. So that means that all the Targets are getting them.
Yeah, that means all Targets are getting them. Yep.
So make sure you guys hit up Target. If you got to go inside, this is the thing. You're not going to get a console if you're not aggressive about trying to get a console.
Exactly.
It's kind of like you guys know that first week of Madden when you see somebody pop up with the Madden early and you guys hit the store and you pressing the clerk about the Madden. Like, you got a Madden back there?
Oh, man.
You remember them days? I used to press the dude. I know you got a Madden back there. I give you a little extra.
I used to work at GameStop those days, right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. And Philly Jay Kearney, my man, shout out my guy Jay. Jay Kearney would hit me up like, what's good with that Madden? Can you get it? And we had him sitting in the back 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
And he would hit me up and be like, what's good? Can we get that Madden? Can we get it? Can you do something to get it? Ain't nothing I can do about it. I can't get it to you. I want to lose my job over giving you a Madden.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Snipe. Yeah, you damn right. Shout out to Jay Kearney. That's right, Brian. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how Snipes wasn't holding it down. You know what I'm saying? For the Madden community. He knew damn well. He was playing during his lunch break. He was hitting us up. He was telling me, Jay, he was like, hey, man, y'all going to love this game. I'm telling you right now, this game is fire. Hey, bro, can we get an early game? Nah, I can't do that, dog. But let me tell you. Like, come on,
hey, I worked at GameStop. I worked at GameStop. And I had the hood jumping with the Maddens. I'm gonna tell you this. I had the hood jumping with the Maddens. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was this.
I couldn't do it.
We had the hood jumping with the Maddens. You know, so
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
Nah,
all right, B-Guard, what you got? What you got, B-Guard? What you got? Your GameStop hookup in Utah. What you got, dog? Come on, man. We know you got the game early multiple times. Come on, man.
GameStop in Utah. Okay.
Now we used to have a little mom and pop's video game spot out here that gave it to us like a week and a half early. When they got it, they would sell it for about $10 extra.
I would tell you
they would sell it to us.
Let me tell you what EA doing now. EA so hip to the game. They done added so many gamers to the giving so many gamers in the community jobs that they hip to the game now. Like, yo, how did you guys get the game early? For your job. You know what I mean? For your job. For this EA job. Last question in your interview. How did you get the game early? And you be like, dang, this is life-changing opportunity. Go ahead and get the information. But I think EA is so privy to it now that they got EA Play, EA Early Access, and all that stuff coming out before the game even come out now. And then it's like
that shut a lot of people down up now. Like everybody good now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they shut a lot of people down with that. A lot of mom and pop shops they used to hook it up. But they definitely shut that down because a lot of people we was getting mad early, feeling lucky, but they got everything digital now. So now if you got the Series S Xbox, you gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? You got the digital PS4. You like an early copy of Madden don't do nothing for you. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Yeah. So, but I will say is I will go get a current gen early copy just to go see the ratings in detail and be able to evaluate those teams and things like that. That's something I might do, or maybe the PC version or whatever else comes out next. But those are the things that I'm looking forward to.
You know what? That's a great idea. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the PC version. I'll get the PC current gen version just to look at ratings and things like that, and then after that I'll be done with it.
Yeah, but I played the PC version for all of 3 days. I played it for 3 days, and then I played it for 2.
I played it for 2.
Then they had that mod, the NCAA mod.
That's so dope, though. I thought that's so dope.
That was so crazy. Dope. So, but but it's fun. I like it. But yeah, we've discussed the face of the franchise. Clearly, it's not a hit with you guys, but I feel like it has infinite potential to be something great, in my opinion. I know they
see what it could do, man.
For the kids.
See what it could do.
I know a lot of people feel. I saw somebody say in the chat that it was a waste of resources. Like. That mode is a waste of resources. You know what I mean? You could have done plenty of things.
I mean,
for the kids.
I get
it.
You know,
Philly, for the kids.
B-Gar said F them kids on Twitter in front of everybody yesterday.
That, bro. I get where you coming from with that because obviously you want to get to the kids too. But listen, these kids are looking at these MCSs. These kids are looking at all this other stuff. They're looking at MUT. Most people in general that are playing Madden, they you know what they're playing for. They want to play their boys. They want to know that they're the best on the block or the best wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they playing. They're not playing for face of the franchise. They're not.
It's a gateway mode. You guys have to understand. Not everybody's gonna come in. I've seen a decade's worth of football, and no one.
You don't need a gateway no more.
You seen all these guys play on Twitch and all that. That's the gateway.
Twitch is your gateway.
But you don't know what they're doing.
Twitch is your gateway.
You don't know what they're doing. You got grown ass men that are buying ebooks and trying to do AI manipulation.
Oh man.
They don't know what they're doing.
Face of the franchise is reliable as Matt Ryan finding Julio in the red zone. Wow.
Manning, absolutely. I agree 1,000% on that comment right there. I love it.
No, because Julio don't play for the no boy. He played for the Titans. That's old news, bro.
Yeah, I wonder who he gonna throw to now.
He played for the Tennessee Titans.
I wonder who he gonna throw to now.
Ain't a bad player.
Hey, so I was on, I'm always on Twitter. I'm always going through things, listening to things, seeing what's going on in the Madden community, checking it out. And yesterday, a couple of days ago, I found a very, very interesting tweet that I wanted to bring. It was, in my opinion, it was a community hot take. So I wanted to bring it to the podcast and discuss it with you guys. You know, so I'm gonna bring it up here for everybody to see.
Who's going first? Who's going first?
That boy at W5 Josh JOSHH on Twitter. He posed a question to the Madden community. He said, "Hey, Madden players, what's more frustrating, getting ran on for 4 quarters or getting dotted up and down the field for 4 quarters?"
Ran on, no doubt.
Ran
on.
You know what was crazy? That was majority, but the reason for it. I mean, the reason, the answers. I think a lot of the answers to the question on Twitter were I don't know. I think it was funny to me for a lot of reasons. But I wanted to have you guys talk about it with you guys. So let's go with B-Guard first, because B-Guard's a club series finalist. He's a club series finalist.
Mm-hmm.
I think people fail to realize that B-Guard is actually a club series finalist. He was in the 49ers club series. He was a finalist. He doesn't talk about it because he's humble, but that's why we have him here, because he's actually played in live events. He's qualified for live events. He's done real things in the Madden community, up-to-date things. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, B-Guard, how do you feel about that? Which is more frustrating? Someone running the ball on you for 4 quarters or just dotting you all up and down the field for 4 quarters?
Man, I hate getting ran on. Like, getting run on is so frustrating because, like, I'll go back to Madden 20 for it. You could play a guy who's running the same run and you can stop it 99 times. But that 100th time, you do everything the same. Everything is the same. And they'll suddenly break it off. And that, to me, is so frustrating. Like, getting dotted up is frustrating, too. Like, you making all these adjustments, stop it, and they still get you. Like, that can be frustrating as well. But, like, getting run on, because it's so much harder to fumble than to throw a pick. Like, that's where it comes down to. Like, if you make a mistake running, you might lose, 3, 4, 5 yards. You make a mistake passing, you might be throwing a pick. It might be going the other way for 6. Like, there's a lot more inherent risk to passing. But, so, all you need is one stop. All you need is one good adjustment against a passer, and then it's a turnover. Like, if you make a good adjustment against a runner, they're going to lose 3, 4 yards. And then they'll go back to the run, and it might work.
True.
Because they might catch a user slipping. Like, everything has to go exactly to plan to stop the run.
Okay.
I hate getting ran on. That to me sucks so much.
Let me read to you some of these comments, bro.
I need to go to this.
Some of these comments, bro, are hilarious. Like, okay, majority of people said run on, right? So a guy says, "How about you get some run defense, bums?" Like that, right? so
great answer. Great answer.
That was a good answer.
Why did they crucify this dude on Twitter, bro? Like, they said no, but this leads me to my next question. Why is it that? And I was telling you when I was playing the Madden 22 beta, Philly, guys want you to play in a particular way, which allows them to beat you. So like a guy wants you to. So if you're running the ball and it works, they say, "Hey, you're a bum. All you do is run the ball." I'm like, but you can't stop it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but all you do is run. Show me some dots. Like, I don't have any dots. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is it, bro. You stop this, you beat me. You know what I mean? But they can't.
That's it. That's it.
Like, that to me, that's like at that like.
Why is that though?
Like, anybody who tries to say all you do is run the ball, they want you to pass.
Yeah.
Because
everybody
labs for pass defense, labs for blitzes, and then nobody puts that kind of time into the run defense until last year.
Yeah.
That's why you saw all these running guys. Even though the run was a little OP last year, I think way OP, but they want you to cater to what they lab for. Like it's frustrating getting ran on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna blame the other guy for doing it. Like that to me is like that to me. If anybody who does that, like you just telling on yourself. Like you are absolutely 100% telling on yourself. Like if I go to Philly guy because Philly guy's running all over me. Hey, how about you pass the ball, you bum? I'm telling him I can't stop the run.
True story. I've heard it many times.
King Khan said, I respect the guy that can dot my brains in, but nothing more frustrating than not stopping the run. He said, at least running you can blame on the game. So that's the thing. Like, so a dude that, but no,
blame running on the game
but these are the same dudes who want to stop the run at a big dime.
Listen, that's my point. That brings me to my next problem is that a guy is sitting in nickel 3-3-5 and you are pounding him with aggressive run on a dive play.
Where's the pause, Mike?
Hold on.
Where's the pause?
Now,
where's the pause?
I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you why that is. Why they go to 3-3-5. Why? What's the 4-3 formation supposed to be? It's supposed to just help you stop the run, right?
Yes.
D lineman. 4-3 don't work in the game. That is a game issue.
4-3 don't work because linebackers are irrelevant in Madden.
Exactly. And you're going to get a formation that's got enough defensive linemen and enough quote unquote linebackers on the field that they're really safeties, but they'll play like linebackers on current gen, not next gen.
Next gen.
I can't really give you answers about next gen.
I'll give you answers about next gen.
So they get to play like linebackers, but they're as fast as safeties. They're as agile as safeties. That's why they do that. If linebackers weren't so irrelevant in current gen, you probably would see a lot more 3-4, hell, even some more 4-3. But that's a game issue. Okay. Now it's a player issue if they think they should be able to stop the run out of 1-4-6 or dime. Or quarters,
but that's what these guys. This is what these like a lot of players will be out there in nickel normal, nickel 3-3-5 wide with they safeties at linebacker, and in next gen, you're gonna get hurt. Like your defense is gonna get hurt running that in next gen, and I get that. Maybe in current gen, the guys they're gonna pursue angles are different and they pursue the ball differently. But in current gen, in next gen, the linemen are aggressive. That's one thing I've noticed. That was the first thing I noticed, how aggressive the O-line is in next gen. And I love that. Like I love how aggressive the O-line is in next gen. But in regards to passing the ball, everything is strategic. You have to be strategic. You have to throw guys open and things like that. So it's like it's more realistic. But in current gen and guys have been spoiled with this because it had like football acumen hasn't been necessary in a while because of certain things or exploits that are in the game or certain development issues that have been in the game and things like that. But yeah, in next gen, football acumen plays a huge role. If a guy comes out, you gotta know the blocking assignments. You gotta know if this guy's doubling down. You gotta know if this guy if they got man-to-man assignments. If this guy's pulling and this guy's and the linebacker's able to shoot a gap. You gotta know everything in next gen. But the thing about it is a lot of these guys have been spoiled with current gen to where those things didn't matter in current gen. None of those things mattered in current gen, and now current gen's asked to a lot of so-called players because those things matter and they don't understand why certain things are working on them because they didn't work like that in current gen.
And you know what? But what's going to end up happening though, as we all very well know, as we all we get used to a certain generation, they're going to adapt to it, and then they'll be able to find they'll find exploits, find other flaws because it's a video game. So eventually, people are going to find certain flaws that are going to work for them, and they're going to continue to run those flaws. But right now, there's not a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And if you're used to a certain way of playing, you're not going to like next gen right off the bat. But I'll tell everybody right now, you got to give it a chance because it's completely different if you've never played it. is completely different from current gen. It's
There
completely
is
different.
more
You
than
gotta give
one.
it.
There's more than one way to win, and I'm gonna say that.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
In current gen,
And
it
there
got
should be.
it
And
got
there
to
should be.
it got to where there was only one particular way to win, and if you didn't play that way, or if you were playing somebody that knew that one way to win, then you had no chance in hell in playing any other way and beating them. You know, so
Exactly.
I think that's what, like, when Dimes made the live event, and in my opinion, that year he broke the game. Like I think he broke. He found the Da Vinci Code or whatever it was with the offense that he was running, because it was something that they wasn't accustomed to.
If you remember the games he got there to, he didn't play very well on offense.
No.
He won off defense.
Yeah. But that was him knowing certain things and him doing the homework. Like I said, I had an opportunity to lab with Dimes, and Dimes is probably one of dude is a scientist when it comes to breaking down Madden. And it's like, dude,
He's crazy.
I'm not even paying
crazy.
attention to that. He's gonna run the same play like 70 times and look at how it reacts to every defense
he literally
in the game.
looks at your defense like, okay, you're in, let's say, double A gap. Okay, you're in double A gap. You got 6 players, and then your user coming down, and then you got 7 players pretty much in one area.
Yeah.
Like, that's where he uses that touch pass, and then the touch pass, like, you're not gonna have anybody over there. Like, you're gonna have 2 guys. You're gonna have your corner and your safety. Those are the only guys who are gonna be able to make a play, and maybe your user.
I
got 3 guys blocking.
And that's just the basic premise of what it is that he does. So it's like when you got a guy like that going into an environment like that, and people haven't seen that type of thing. Because I watch dudes calling the way he played bubblegum because it wasn't like the way that they played. And the things that he was doing was actually more realistic in football conceptually than the things that they were doing. But them not knowing anything about football, they were calling it bubblegum because they were never athletic in their life. But that was just my opinion.
You know what?
But
just what you just talking about too, as far as I hate that word bubblegum.
No,
I hate it.
I'm gonna tell you, but it wasn't even the fact. It was the fact that, like, I watched Dimes have 2 games commentated by 2 guys he eliminated, and they both called what he did bubblegum, and they lost to it, but they didn't know why. You could tell they didn't understand the concept of what it was that he was doing. And why they lost to it. It was just that it was something that they wasn't used to. And that brings me back to that point, is that if you don't play in a particular way that people like you to play, because they want you to play to where they can beat you.
They lab to stop the meta, and then when you run something that's off meta, it gets a little frustrating.
You get a little frustrated because you're not running the same thing that everybody else is running. And and that's why I say, had Dimes went out there and got a decent team, Dimes would have won that tournament. Dimes went out there and got the most ass team I've ever seen in MCS history.
I'll tell you guys this. If you're going to run the meta against a good player, you better be elite at that meta. You better be elite, because everybody is trying to stop
that particular play.
Everybody has defense for the meta. Every good player is going to have something for bunch. Every good player is going to have something for trips tight end. Not everybody's going to have something for spread. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's why Dimes is successful in this league. Like, Kobo's the only person in this league who ran bunch on me and really obliterated me. Yeah. Like, he's the only guy who did it. Because he's elite at it. Because, like, I have bunch defense for other players. Kobo just knows everything, what to do in certain situations. And, good for him. Nobody else in this league does. If you're going to run the meta, you better be great at the meta. Otherwise, get like Dimes and find something that works that not a lot of people are going to have defense for. Not a lot of people had defense for Dimes.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, if Dimes
went
out there,
that last Super Bowl I played him, I had nothing for him. Nothing for him. That QB run, I had nothing for it. Nothing for it.
And I'm telling you now, when it comes down to labbing and things like that, that's one of the most important things to do. But I think that's going to be the most important thing to do if they're going to have the MCS on next gen and things like that, and people are complaining. And
dude, who knows? Who knows at this point? Like, the console shortage is so bad. Like, I could even see them doing like the first tournament on current gen. I could see that happening.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because like I said, in the MUT, they were talking about the what was it, the momentum meter and things like that, and they were talking about how in MUT and the MCS events, they're not gonna have that in there. So if they're not gonna have that in there for the MCS events, then that means that current gen doesn't have a momentum meter, so it wouldn't have been no point of even saying that. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
like.
Well,
I don't know. We'll see.
Like I said, like the biggest thing about competitive and sim that I've had problems with those modes is like there's not a lot of difference to it.
No, it's not.
Like if you want to have like momentum and like all that stuff in like a simulation mode, like Connected Franchise, I am 100% for that. But I can see why the competitive community doesn't want that in the MCS, because you can't choose who gets played.
No. And they made it clear that won't be in MCS events. So
yeah,
that's not something you even have to worry about unless they have a regs events.
I
and
think
regs
it would be a hell of a dynamic.
No, I thought it would have been awesome.
Like the higher seed gets the home
gets the home field. You know,
that would be a hell of a dynamic.
But I get it. I definitely get it. They have to cater to the community in a particular way to which it appeases certain players.
Sense.
So,
Makes sense.
But yeah, man. So I'm actually eager to see what happens when the game comes out. And like I said, we'll be dropping news about our league. I think this weekend it'll be like we'll be letting you guys know what's going on with the leagues and the schedule, our schedule, and things like that for the year. This weekend, letting you know when registration opened up for the leagues. What's up with the invitational tournament? Because I had a lot of guys inboxing me about that. Like, when will the invitational tournament be? And will there be media coverage of it like it was last year? So I guess everybody enjoyed that. So if we can get Snipes commentate, B-Guard to commentate over that'll be something crazy. That'll be dope.
I'll take a Saturday off. I typically, I do my church thing on Saturdays, but that particular Saturday I'll take off. Make sure that make sure I look everybody out with that, because that was a lot of fun doing that, man.
Yeah, that was super fun. And shout out to the winners, because I know what's the name? Sprint
won, and wasn't it? Wait, was it Sprint or Assassin?
No, Sprint. He beat Assassin. Sprint and
was it Buns B?
No. It wasn't Buns B. It was on Xbox. Honcho won. Honcho won on Xbox.
Honcho won the Xbox.
Yeah. So that was awesome. And then that was, I think even Thomas Graham made his debut in that tournament too. So that was.
The dude who beat Dimes. It was the dude who beat Dimes. Like that was.
Who beat Dimes?
Like that was like, I remember thinking that was like huge upset.
Yeah, it was huge upset. We got to go back and watch that. We still got that tournament on. It's actually on YouTube right now and on the website. So make sure you go check out Madden Underground and look up that tournament footage. We'll definitely talk about that next week. So, man, great show, guys. We got to talk about a lot of stuff. It got heated for a minute when we start talking about face of the franchise. I know that ruffles B-Guard's feathers.
That quarterback list got me.
If you enjoy it, that's cool. I just need to know what you enjoy about it. I would like to know. Like, what's there to enjoy? Why have I not been mentioned on Twitter with somebody who's a face of the franchise fan yet? Like, I've had that tweet up for like a couple days.
I've seen YouTubers make like long series of their face of the franchise season. There's guys that play that. I'm gonna find a YouTuber and I'm gonna see if I can reach out to him. Get him on here. And we're gonna talk to him about his.
All these questions about face of the franchise.
Yeah, because he would probably know more about it than we do.
What does it have to offer? Like, I'll admit, I've never touched it.
Them add middle linebacker to the equation. You can play a little defense.
Okay.
That got my attention.
Let's get one of those YouTubers. We'll plug his channel. We'll plug his Twitter. Like, let's get him on. Like, let's do a little interview with him. Do like a 15-30 minute interview. Like, what is there about face the franchise? Like, I'm not hating on it. I want you to know, but I want you to give him your real questions, like the real questions. No holding back, no politically correct questions. Really pick his brain. Like, no, I need to know what they enjoy about face the franchise. That is a legitimate question.
Okay. And I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook gaming yesterday, and I meant to write the name down of the stream, but there is this young lady who is whooping ass in Madden. She's whooping ass in Madden on Facebook gaming. So I
know who you're talking about.
You think she plays with the Chiefs? She plays with the Chiefs all the time.
I know. Who
you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is whooping ass in Madden a lot. So I definitely want to reach out to her as well. And she's a capper. She talks mess on her stream, and
I've watched her a couple times.
Yeah.
I've seen her.
So I was actually impressed because
I need that Twitch.
Yeah.
I need that.
It's a Facebook Live. Oh,
it's Facebook.
It's Takiana. That's her name. Takiana or Tikiana.
Yep, that's who she is.
So thanks, Mike. Yeah, definitely got to get it. We got to get her on here and interview her. He said I've played her a few times on my stream. Yeah, definitely somebody worth playing. She plays on PS5, next gen. And you play?
Yeah, I've seen her stream.
Techiana Gaming. That's it. Techiana Gaming.
Yeah,
right?
Techiana
Gaming. That's it.
She was on there. I just happened to be going through. I was watching streams yesterday, and she was stopped on hers, and she was in there whooping somebody ass and was talking so bad about him on like, bum. Can you read a play? I'm like, yo, okay. This is a pig. She was making plays, so. Yeah, it's awesome, man. So we definitely got to reach out to her and see if we can get her on here and things like that.
Let's 100%.
Definitely.
I feel like that'd be great.
That'd be great. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next week, man. We'll be back next week. I think what will they be talking about next week? Oh, Superstar KO and Superstar KO in the yard. So we'll find out what's up with Superstar KO in the yard next week. And we'll be talking about other Madden things. And we'll have Madden news for you guys this week. Make sure you keep it locked. Visit MaddenUnderground.com. Stay up to date with what's going on with us. We have a few things coming up. We got the leagues registration coming up. We'll let you know what's going on with those things. We have a league orientation that we're going to do on the stream. And then we have a town hall meeting with the current league members to bring them up to speed on what's going on too as well. So see you guys next week.